Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for October. I hope you're doing well. I am going to take a second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Sagittarius out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you, leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, get in where you fit in. And as always, Sagittarius, don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Sagittarius? All right. All right, Sagittarius, you're starting out with the Fool. You have the Ten of Swords, and you have the Hierophant in the reverse. Woof. So there's an ending that's taking place here. I feel like it's been a very painful ending. I feel like it was difficult. It's like you were in some sort of a connection here that just literally kind of burnt to the ground while you watched. There was destruction in this, and it was painful, very painful. So you're now on the cusp of just kind of starting over again. There's an energy of you starting over, and there's a lot of unknowns within that. So let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Sagittarius energy. Show me who is in Sagittarius energy. All right, so we have the Emperor, sign of Aries. We have the Seven of Pentacles. And we have the Five of Cups in the reverse. So the person who's in your energy, this person could be a little older than you. Doesn't have to be, but they could be. This could be somebody who is in a high management position, an authority figure, or this person could own a business. I do feel like this person works somehow with investments of some sort. This is somebody who I feel like is a very strong energy. I don't know if you've met this person or not, because we see with the Fool here in this particular deck, your back is turned to this person. So, and you're kind of like reaching out, like it's new beginnings, and there's a lot that's unknown. So a lot of you may not have met this person just yet because you've been dealing with this painful ending. But this will be, some of you may have met this person. This is somebody who's going to take charge of the situation. They're going to pursue you. This is somebody who wants to invest in this connection. I do feel like this person has gone through some things in the past as well, but I feel like they've learned from this. They've gone through some pain within their past, and I feel like they've learned from this, and they're open to a new beginning here. So let me see the energy between Sagittarius and this person. The Novice of Pentacles, that's the Knight of Pentacles. So there's stuck energy here. Again, I feel like some of you have yet to meet this person, because you're dealing with all this stuff, and this person is very busy, and it looks like their professional life. So I feel like it's not moved forward, and when it does move forward, it's probably going to move very slow. Yeah, there's definitely I feel like you haven't quite met this person. If you have, you could know this person, but they're not as deep on your radar as what they will be. Or could be. Let me say could be. Let me see what's affecting this connection. The Nine of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, so that's wish fulfillment, but it's in the reverse, telling me that, you feel like you didn't get the fulfillment that you had hoped, because that's where this painful ending is. You didn't want this painful ending, and it was destructive. It was a very destructive ending. So this is not what you wanted. You feel like somebody took away your wish fulfillment, and it's been painful. This has been really painful for you. Now, this person in your energy, I feel like this person has invested in relationships that, you know, they didn't get what they wanted. But they're patiently waiting for their, wish fulfillment. So in the meantime, it looks like they're focused very much on their professional life. Show me the outcome at the end of the week. The Novice of Swords. That's the Knight of Swords. That's communication. That's communication. So I feel like you're meeting somebody here. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles. That's beautiful. This could turn into a very stable connection. It's when you're dealing with aces, aces are like gifts from spirit. So this is a gift. After going through basically a dumpster fire of a relationship that ended painfully and with conflict, you're ready to have this new beginning. This person has gone through things on their own. They're open to, you know, love, but they're patiently waiting for, you know, wish fulfillment. And I feel like you're going to talk with this person by the end of the week. So let's clarify. Spirit, show me why the Fool is here. Yeah, you've walked away. You've walked away from a relationship. Four of Wands. I feel like you would like to be in a relationship. You'd like to be in a married or a committed connection. You've walked away from a committed connection, though, to have a new beginning. So you were either married or you were in a long-term connection. You've walked away from that. You're on the cusp of a new beginning. You're reaching for that new beginning. Why is the Ten of Swords here? King of Swords and the Four of Swords. You could have been dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. But yeah, you've pulled back. You've pulled back. You had to get honest with yourself here, Sagittarius, and I feel like that was difficult. And you were also being very honest with someone else. It may have wound up in conflict, but there was I feel like you're the one who walked away from this previous connection, but it was hard to do it. It was painful. And I feel like you're now healing yourself. You're no longer talking to that person. You said what you needed to say. It looks like it was painful. It caused, you know, a lot of difficulty. I feel like you had a hard time coming to terms with the ending of this connection. Let me see why the Hierophant is in the reverse. King of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, you're slowly moving forward. A lot of you are focusing on your own stability. You're focusing on your job, however you create money. I feel like you do want commitment in your life. You want a very stable relationship. And I do feel like you are slowly moving towards that, whether you're aware of it or not. Because like I said, you've walked away from something that I feel like was a little bit of a dumpster fire, but you were unable to really face that for a long time. It took a little bit. There was a lot of destruction within that connection, and you finally just got honest with yourself, walked away from this connection, said what you needed to say, and now you're no longer in communication with that person. You're moving forward. You're focusing on your work. You're focusing on your own stability. Definitely focusing on your money here. And by the way, your money will grow, because I see your money, it might be moving kind of slow, but it's moving very stable. It's because you're dealing with earth energy on that. But I feel like you're slowly moving towards a very stable, committed connection here. And this connection is a gift. It's a gift from spirit. So let me look at this person's energy. Why is the Emperor here for the person in Sagittarius energy? Ooh, Queen of Wands. They're attracted to you. And the Lovers. So this person feels like the two of you are soulmates. This person, they either are or will be extremely attracted to you. they're going to feel like that they were led to you. There's definitely passion that's here. I feel like this is somebody who's going to, pursue you, Sagittarius. They're coming towards you. And this person does have options in love. Let me see why the Seven of Pentacles is here. This is a high-value person, a high-energy person. The World. And the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So this person is basically closing off a cycle themselves. It looks like it was possibly with somebody who was codependent. Somebody they invested in, it could have been a very codependent energy, or they could have been invested with somebody that wasn't single, but they were behaving single. I do feel like this is somebody who is very patiently waiting for their wish fulfillment. And when they do come in contact with you, if they haven't already, this person is going to be zeroed in on you, Sagittarius. They're closing out another cycle here, but they will be investing in this connection. Let me see why the Five of Cups is in reverse. Yeah, they've gone through something here, but they're closing that out. So it's not, there's not a conflict here. Ace of Cups, Six of Wands. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this person wants to be in a relationship with you. They're going to pursue you. This person's going to, this is somebody who's going to bring you flowers or bring you gifts. This is somebody who is open to love, open to this relationship. They've been patiently waiting for their wish fulfillment, and they are viewing you as their wish fulfillment. So I feel like they're available. I feel like this is somebody who's closed off old cycles. Let me see the energy between Sagittarius and this person. All right, so we have the Six of Swords. We have the Five of Swords. Oh, so you may, when you run into this person, Sagittarius, you may not like them initially. You may look at this person as being arrogant or prideful because this person's used to things going their way. They're going to come across as being, very confident, and you might interpret that as them being kind of arrogant. Yeah. But this person feels like they've been led to you. They're going to fight for this connection. So I feel like you're not going to initially know what to do with them. And they're going to make it their mission to win you over. So you've walked away from either a marriage or a long-term connection here. You have this new beginning, this new life that you're trying to embrace. And there's a lot of unknowns in it. And so you're slowly moving towards peace. You are in a very chaotic situation. So I feel like you may initially turn this person down because you feel like they're just full of themselves. But I feel like eventually you'll move towards them because this person's they're not gonna quit. Why is the Nine of Cups in reverse? Star card in reverse, Two of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you're going to turn them down. You're going to turn them down initially. Could be an air sign, but I feel like, and Gemini in particular, but doesn't have to be. Could also be an Aquarius, but Gemini is really strong. Anyway, yeah, you're going to turn this person down because you feel like they're arrogant. You feel like they are boastful, or, there's something about them, that the way they approach. And they're not going to like that. That's going to be like, it's almost going to make them want to chase you even harder. They're going to want to invest in this connection. But you're going to shoot them down, it looks like, and they're going, and this could have already happened. I don't know. You may have already met this person. For some of you, I feel like you have. Others of you, you have not yet met this person. But I do feel that this is in your energy, either in the near future or in the current. And so it's going to be a mind game for this person in your energy here, because they're not used to being turned down. Yeah, but I feel like it's just going to make them chase you harder. So in your energy, I feel like you're still trying to recover from this very painful ending. I do feel like you're not talking to that person any longer, but I feel like you're trying to recover, because it wasn't an ending that you wanted, but I feel like you felt you had to walk away in order to get peace in your life. Now, the person who's in your energy, like I said, they've gone through some stuff as well. They're closing out cycles too. And I feel like you both kind of share that experience. These things, these past experiences that you've both had were not what either of you wanted. So they're closing out cycles. You're healing from this. They can be a little unbalanced. When you turn them down, I feel like it's going to make them feel a little unbalanced, but they're going to fight for this connection. Let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome for Sagittarius and this person. All right, so we have the Knight of Swords. We have the Six of Coins reversed, and we have Judgment. All right, so I do feel like there's going to be communication. Be careful here, Sagittarius, because you might pop off at this person pretty hard. Knight of Swords is a very truthful energy, but it is also an energy of somebody that speaks without thinking or can speak very sharply. So I do feel like there's going to be communication between you and this person. I also feel like, you might say, look, I'm just not ready for a relationship right now. I'm working at my money. This isn't a balanced connection here in some manner in your view. And so I do feel like you're going to tell this person off. It looks like you're going to tell them off. In their energy, they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. They think that this could be a very successful connection between the two of you. It does look like somebody is going to try to come back in from their past. But I feel like they're really centered on you. They are very centered on you. They think about you. They want to talk to you. But they feel like, it's unbalanced right now. I feel like for you, Sagittarius, you're working... There's something to do with your money and finances that you're focused on right now. But I'm going to tell you, this person is focused on love. So for them, it's a judgment call. They want to have a balanced connection with you. They want to talk to you. And they want success with you. So, yeah, I feel like this is a gift, but you're not recognizing it as a gift. And so as a result, you're feeling irritated with this person. Almost pissed off with them. So just be kind. Just be kind, Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Cups. In the reverse, this is underlying energy, and it does indicate that there's unhappiness that's still here. You went through a lot, and I feel like, there is this new beginning that's presenting itself, but you're still resolving this unhappiness. You're still trying to heal from the experience you had before and put yourself on stable footing. So take your time, Sagittarius. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. Oh, you have a sexuality. It's number 4. I don't know, maybe I didn't see anything in this person's cards, but they might be trying to approach you in a very sexual manner. But this card is typically about your own sexuality. So it says, sexuality is a natural part of life. Embrace and enjoy your intimate, sensual, passionate nature. Take time to explore your sexuality. How do you feel about yourself? Do you feel sexy, attractive, and happy with your body, or are you judging yourself harshly? You need to let go of any old feelings of hurt, shame, or guilt in relation to your sexuality. If you are in a relationship, you need to bring some romance back and spice things up. In order to make sex an incredibly fulfilling, seductive, exhilarating, and orgasmic experience, you need to let go of your defenses and fears of being intimate with your partner. Relinquish control and dive into unguarded, ecstatic, blissful passion. Be creative, communicate with your lover, and find new and exciting ways to thrill each other. You know what I think, Sagittarius? I think this person's going to try to seduce you. I really do. Because this person is going to fight for this connection, and they are highly focused on you. So, anyway, I hope that this has been helpful. If you have resonated with this reading, Sagittarius, please hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you in your next reading, Sagittarius, know that you are loved, and namaste.